Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spin It Reviews, and this is the second concert report I'm doing for this weekend. Now, if you saw Stick to Your Guns one I did a couple days ago, then you basically know how this is going to go. I'm going to be reading off this a concert report assignment that I have for one of my college classes, which is a good opportunity for me to go to a bunch of musical performances of my choosing. And this time around, I saw Bleachers. I'm going to be talking about my experience there with some video footage over it, and yeah, here we go. You remember that band Fun that blew up a couple years ago? Well, their guitarist Jack Antonoff now has a new solo project under the name Bleachers. Last year he put out the debut Strange Desire, which is one of my favorite albums of 2014. Now, I have seen Bleachers before outside of traditional headlining shows, once at a small acoustic radio session, and once at X-Fest, playing a huge amphitheater in the middle of a bill and pretty much killing it. Both times were great, so I knew a full-on show at the House of Blues would be quite the event. Coincidentally, the band that opened, called Night Terrors in 1927, opened at the last House of Blues show I went to when I saw Capital Cities. And I'm not really going to retread what I said there, but in a nutshell, all the acts on this bill really recall the 80s pop sensibility in great ways, and for Night Terrors, they managed to be anthemic in a similar way that, say, The Killers can be at their best, especially with the singer's very emotive Brandon Flowers as voice. Tracks like Dust and Bones and their Tegan and Sarah collab When You Were Mine are instant classic singles, and the fact that they're not dominating radio outside the alternative stations is a true shame. Also, I'm actually going to be talking about these guys' debut album in the next Underground Corner, which should be coming out in a couple weeks, and I actually got them to record a little intro thing for that, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, it's really, especially better seeing them now that I know pretty much all their songs as opposed to just a couple of their singles. Oh, and coincidentally, since they're at the Bleachers show, they do have one song on the album called It Would Be an Honor that really does sound like an early Fun song. And speaking of that intro, I had Night Terrors record from my upcoming video. It unfortunately made me miss about half of the Joywave set because I was in the merch room for so long. But I did end up catching about half their set afterwards and really enjoyed it. On the 80s spectrum, they definitely capture more of that quirky new wavy side, though with more of a modern indie and electropop sound to it than anything else. Songs like Tongues and Something New really make me look forward to their debut album coming out later this year. Plus, I kind of like how they subtly take advantage of how un-rockstarish their singer looks. Admittedly, I would have liked if they did some version of their hit Big Data collab Dangerous, but it's fair if they just want to make a name for themselves. Then Jack and the guys from Bleachers took the stage and things went to a whole other level. Their brand of 80s revivalism tends to switch around between something that could have been on a teen rom-com soundtrack and Born in the USA era Springsteen, and it's awesome either way.
I can't believe I captured your heart.
Setlist-wise, they did pretty much every song off Strange Desire. He did an acoustic version of a Steel Train song, and they even covered a Fleetwood Mac song, which was pretty cool. Now, this tour is dubbed Bleachers Come Alive, and after this show, it's very easy to tell there is a reason for that outside the obvious Peter Frampton worship. Now, normally Jack portrays himself as this very mild-mannered, introverted indie guy with a myriad of personal problems as portrayed in the lyrics, but here it couldn't be any further from that. For anyone to matter, got to find Muscle tee, no glasses, frequently egging on the crowd for applause, extended breaks for his insane guitar solos, and even this extended break where he introduced the band members like something the E Street Band would do, combined with the generally over-the-top music, it made for a truly epic rock show experience. And when he went into the cathartic yet completely infectious hit I Wanna Get Better, that's when the place really exploded. So yeah, awesome show all around. If Bleachers comes to your area, or I guess any of Jack's other projects, then definitely see them. So if any of you guys have seen Bleachers before in any kind of setting, or Joywave Night Terrors, let me know what you think of it. Did you have a similar experience that I did? Anything else you'd like to add, especially if you, by some small chance, end up going to this show? Let me know. So share this around with anyone who might be interested. Like the Facebook page in the description for updates, commentaries, music news, and reviews of albums I don't get around to here, like Strange Desire being one of them. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next episode of Spin It Reviews.